Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, your source for all things home distilling, hobby distilling, and sometimes professional distilling related, with presumably correct information. And please correct me if I am wrong. As always, keep the questions coming at the bishopshomegrown@gmail.com email address, in the comments below on YouTube, or via social media. No, I am not just waving around a Swiss Army knife for fun. I have a mail call here today. So, as you guys know, we've been working on reviewing Mark Lipton's Divided Distillation. There are more of those videos coming. I just have to have time to get everything set up and in place to get those going. We've been working with Jason Wade Harrell of 13 Stills on a very unique crossover still between 13 Stills and the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, based on my distilling methodology here in the Black Forest of Southern Indiana. We're about to record several more videos with that. We have several mashes going that we're going to run through those stills and through that still and test that still and show people what it's really capable of. Listen, I'm telling you, if you're interested in home distilling and you need a still, and or you're already an advanced distiller and you need a still that's on the smaller side with some built-in options, such as a oversized 1 gallon to a 5 gallon, so 1 gallon size gin basket on a 5 gallon still, built into the head, not a separate piece, but actually built into the head, as well as two different line arm angles, a 45 and a 90, with a Lebesgue condenser, as well as a cold finger reflux condenser built into one still. This 13 Stills Black Forest Edition crossover with the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute is the one that you want to get. And the price is right, guys. It's right around $5.50 if you go pick it up. It's a little higher than that, $6 something if you actually have it shipped. You can get that directly from 13 Stills via Jason Wade Harrell, or you can go through our store at the Alchemist Cabinet / warehouse, the Warehouse 1. Just go to thealchemistcabinet.com and click on the warehouse. It'll pop up on there, and you have both those shipping options. We don't make any money off of that ourselves directly. That goes directly to Jason Wade Harrell and 13 Stills. I really believe in the work he's doing. He's doing a great job designing great stills, and he has outdone himself on this little 5 gallon crossover still. He can make that in any size you want. We set it up as 5 gallon because we figured, sometimes, beginners, they want to start out on the small side. And sometimes advanced folks, they have a whole bunch of equipment, but they don't want to drag it all out because it gets to be a giant pain in the ass. So 5 gallons it was. There are other review videos coming up and other process videos coming up. Rick Gibson, I know you're watching these fucking things, because every time I talk about somebody else's still, you call me and you say, well, when are you going to do the Tennessee Thumper? It's coming, guys. I have one hell of a Tennessee Thumper, probably the coolest Tennessee Thumper in private hands in the United States, in my opinion. The first one that Rick ever built with a bypass and 2 sets of 4 jars to be able to bypass your heads and your tails, etc. And it has 2 sets of jars so that when you ran out of flavor halfway through, you could kick on the next set. I'm working on it. That's coming. There is going to be cool stuff coming with that still. Also a still that belongs to a very dear friend of mine, Mike Stallings. Guys, if you don't know Moonshine Mike, I ask you to pray for him. I love him. He's one of my best friends in the world. Wouldn't trade him for anything. I have one of his stills that we're going to run, and we're getting there. Anyways, today, mail call. Big old box. Not really a big old box, but a good sized box. I get excited when I get mail. So Wayne Herbert, who watches the channel, reached out to me recently. And I'd seen that he'd been making these condensers, dephlamators, basically, is what they are, to raise proof and purity. And so the way that he was making them was very unique. So he was taking basically the copper piping, and instead of putting, straight copper pipes on the inside and water running around those pipes for reflux, or variously the other way around, water running through the pipes, reflux on the outside, what Wayne did was he was taking the actual copper pipe, wrapping that with annealed copper that he had also flattened to some degree, and was making some beautiful looking stuff. Wayne offered to send me one of these for a review. I cannot wait to see this thing. I know he customized it for me as well. I can't wait to run this thing. Make no mistake, sometimes it takes me a little while to get around to reviewing equipment, but I will review and run everything that I already either have or will have in the future. It will happen. It does take me a little while, Rick Gibson. Give me a minute. That's big stuff. It takes some time to set up that damn Tennessee Thumper and tear it apart and clean it up and all that stuff. So you just hold your horses. Anyways, let's open up this box and see what Wayne's got. I know Wayne's working on another piece for me. It's actually a pot still head, a very unique pot still head with a small coil on the inside for reflux as well. In no way, shape, or form, does this displace what Jason Wade Harrell is doing at all. I am all about being able to offer the best possible equipment to everybody I can and help out all the friends I possibly can. That includes Mark Lipton, Jason Wade Harrell, Wayne Herbert, and even you, Ricky Gibson. All right, we're getting there. Hold your horses. I know you're over there just waiting to call me when you see this video. So we're going to get this thing out. We're going to look at it. We are going to review it soon. And we do plan to eventually offer these for Wayne on the store as well, as basically kind of an endorsed product. So there's a little bit of something for everybody out there, right? Whether you're super advanced, super basic, or somewhere in between. So let's see what we got. Watch, I'll probably cut myself trying to open this thing up. That'd make Ricky Gibson's day, wouldn't it? Hey Rick, are you still watching this? Anybody else who's watching it, I apologize. Rick, you can go fuck yourself. I meant that in the most loving, brotherly way I could say it. Now, Rick's good people. And if you're not familiar with Tennessee Thumpers, look him up. Rick is the originator of the Tennessee Thumper, and he does a fine job, even if he can't run one worth of shit. Alright, some packing material in here. Ooh, yeast log. Look at that. I've been a positive influence on somebody. Got a yeast log off of that wild ferment that we talked about that Wayne reported on, that I reported on here on the channel. Super excited to see what that does. Get this stuff out of the way. We got some nice copper packing there. I always use more of that. That's a really fine one too. Alright, the piece de la resistance. Man, I'm excited to see this thing. And Wayne asked me, you know, what size I wanted and all that stuff. And as I told you guys, it's fucking cool already. Anyways, as I've told you guys on the show here several times, you know, I've got some bigger equipment, but it's a pain in the ass to pull out. That's what I'm telling you, Rick. It's a pain in the ass. Anyways, so I like to run the smaller stuff, right? Where I can, when I can, etc. You know, ain't no selling going on or nothing like that. This is fun. So, and prototyping. So, you know, having 2-inch is perfect. I know you guys saw this momentarily, but the shiny stuff, squirrely. Look at that. Look at that right there. And look here. He even customized it for me. Had his, I believe his wife made this decal right here. It's the shocker. That's exactly what I needed for my ego. I'm sure that's what everybody's going to say. But I love the way that he's got this annealed, flattened, and wrapped. And how tight he's got that to the tubing, first of all. That's one reason to flatten it. You get more surface area. And second of all, how tight he's got it pushed together. And his workmanship here is excellent, guys. Needle valve. That's always handy. For sure. Love it. Love it. Cannot wait to play with this thing, see what it does. So, we're going to get this put on one of the small stills here before too long. And we're going to play around with some reflux with this bad boy. This, just by the looks of it, I've got I've got several dephlamators, right? And they all look basically the same, either copper or they're stainless. Sorry, phone call came in. They're either copper or they're stainless, but they don't look half as cool as this steampunk looking thing looks. See it glimmering? I saw that. I got excited. Anyways, guys, as always, thealchemistcabinet.com. Weird edit there, guys. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come in that I had to take. So, anyways, as always, questions, bishopshomegrown@gmail.com, YouTube comments below, social media, and check out thealchemistcabinet.com, where you can keep up with all the other links, including the store, the warehouse, where we just added the DVD, A Short History of Distilling in the Black Forest of Indiana, where you can also get autographed copies of my book. The next DVD is the extended version of the Alan Bishop Experience, coming out shortly. Shirts, mugs, hats, etc. And if you're into the paranormal, check out the If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything podcast. Thanks, guys. Later.